No, 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 no. Cacchio. Ci sono ritornato. Nel mio vecchio canale ci giocavo un po', ma... No! Fai Night Freddys. No! Come si fa? Cacchio! Ah, sì. Mamma mia. Quanto sei brutto! Quanto sei brutto tu! Tu quanto sei brutta, mamma mia! Facciamo il primo. Non so buono. C'ho troppa paura! Oh cavoli. Che paura! Mi vado via! Mamma mia! Giochiamo! Show! Prima mangio le caramelle! Presi frutetta! Oh cavoli! No! No, non dimmi che è vero. Sono tornato. Per energia, ok. Partiamo dalla camminare. Eccoli qua.
Hello? Hello? I wanted to record a message for you to help you get settled in on your first night. I've worked in that office before you. I'm finishing up my last week now, as a matter of fact, so I know it can be a bit overwhelming, but I'm here to tell you there's nothing to worry about. You'll be fine. So let's just focus on getting you through your first week, okay? Let's see. First, there's an introductory greeting from the company.
Ok.
You're supposed to read.
Non so giocare, ragazzi, a questo gioco. Me l'hanno regalato per compleanno, però non ci ho mai giocato. Tu bolli, maledetto! Bla bla bla, e niente, bla 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 bla.
The animatronic characters here do get a bit quirky at night, but do I blame them? No. If I were forced to sing those same stupid songs for 20 years and I never got a bath, I'd probably be a bit irritable.
Non sta Bonnie.
So remember, these characters hold a special place in the hearts of children.
Non sta Bonnie.
Respect, right? Okay.
Qua,
So
dove c'è
just be aware, the characters do tend to wander a bit. They're left in some kind of free roaming mode at night. Something about their servos locking up if they get turned off for too long. They used to walk around during the day too. But then there was the bite of 87. Yeah. It's amazing that the human body can live without the frontal lobe, you know? Now concerning your safety, the only real risk for you as a night watchman here, if any, is the fact that these characters, if they happen to see you after hours, probably won't recognize you as a person. They'll most likely see you as a metal endoskeleton without its costume. Now, since that's against the rules here at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, they'll probably try to forcefully stuff you inside a Freddy Fazbear suit. Now, that wouldn't be so bad if the suits themselves weren't filled with cross-beam, wires, and animatronic devices, especially around the facial area. So you can imagine how much you can forcefully try to decide one of those could come in a disco. And check those cameras and remember to close the doors only if absolutely necessary. Gotta conserve power. Alright, good night.
Si vede niente. Sta qui. No, qui. Chica. Chica è messa via. Qui. Vedi, là c'è la mia porta. Guarda lì. Chica si è tolta di mezzo. Manca Bonnie. Sta sempre lì. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. Conta. No, ho mangiato. Nuovo. Notte 1 l'ho tolta di mezzo. Notte 2 è ancora di più difficile. Natt 1. Natt 1. Non mai che c'è solo 2. Su FNAF, quanti FNAF? No, FNAF 1, 2, 3. Andiamo su. FNAF 2. Vai, come si gioca? Push button. Sopravvivi devi Preferisco vivere inutilmente fino alle 6. Activity max. Perfetto. Il gioco va benissimo.
Hello and welcome to your new summer job at the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. I'm here to talk you through some of the things you can expect to see during your first week here and to help you get started down this new and exciting career path. Now, I want you to forget anything you may have heard about the old location, you know. Some people still have a somewhat negative impression of the company. That old restaurant was kind of left to rot for quite a while, but I want to reassure you, Fazbear Entertainment is committed to family fun and above all, safety. They've spent a small fortune on these new animatronics. Facial recognition, advanced mobility, they even let them walk around during the day. Isn't that neat? But most importantly, they're all tied into some kind of criminal database so they can detect a predator a mile away. Heck, we should be paying them to guard you. Now that being said, no new system is without its kinks.
Succede qualcosa.
You're only the second guard to work at that location. The first guy finished his week but complained about conditions. We switched him over to the day shift. So, hey, lucky you, right? Mainly he expressed concern that certain characters seemed to move around at night and even attempted to get into his office. Now, from what we know, that should be impossible. That restaurant should be the safest place on Earth. So while our engineers don't really have an explanation for this, the working theory is that the robots were never given a proper night mode. So when it gets quiet, they think you're in the wrong room. So then they go try to find where the people are, and in this case, that's your office. So our temporary solution is this. There's a music box over by the prize counter, and it's rigged to be wound up remotely. So just every once in a while, switch over to the prize counter video feed and wind it up for a few seconds. It doesn't seem to affect all of the animatronics, but it does affect one of them. And as for the rest of them, we have an even easier solution. You see, there may be a minor glitch in the system, something about robots seeing you as an endoskeleton without a costume on and wanting to stuff you into a suit. So hey, we've given you an empty Freddy Fazbear head. Problem solved. You can put it on any time and leave it on for as long as you want. Eventually anything that wandered in will wander back out. Something else worth mentioning is kind of the quirky modern design of the building. You may have noticed there are no doors for you to close. But hey, you have a light, and even though your flashlight can run out of power, the building cannot. So don't worry about the place going dark. Well, I think that's it. You should be golden. Check the lights, put on the Freddy head if you need to. Keep the music box wound up, piece of cake. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Questa modalità, anche se non l'ho mai non so come si fa. Allora,
Welcome to Vet Repair. Fazbear.
Non si fa. Lo sto cliccando, non va. Bro. Dov'era? Scusate, ma dov'era? Vediamo sul traduttore cosa significa. Allora. Aspettate. C'è scritto nel traduttore where I am, ovvero dove sono. Vabbè ragazzi, progetto questo mi sono già cagato addosso. Ok. Andiamo al trailer. C'era un po' di paura, Ok. Sport. Ah, è sempre stesso. Ok. Solo scherziamo.
Hey, glad you came back for another night. I promise it'll be a lot more interesting this time. We found some
Capito cosa
great
devo
relics
fare?
over the weekend, and we're out tracking down a new lead right now. So let me just update you real quick, then you can get to work. Like the attraction opens in like a week, so we have to make sure everything works and nothing catches on fire. When the place opens, people will come in at the opposite end of the building and work their way toward you, and past you, and out the exit. become part of the attraction.
Cacchio, gli
The security
animatronici
guard. So
ognuno
not
è in
only
un
will
posto
you be
diverso,
monitoring the people on the camera as
cacchio.
they pass through, you know, to make sure no one steals anything or makes out in the corner, but
Ogni
you'll also be a
animatronico.
part of the show. It'll make it feel
Figa?
really authentic, I
Vedi questo
think.
cerchietto?
Now let me tell you about what's
Lo
new.
vendo io.
Found another set of drawings, always nice, and a foxy head, which we think could be authentic. Then again, it might just be another crappy cosplay. And we found a desk fan, very old school, metal though. Watch the fingers. Right now the place is basically just, you know, flashing lights and spooky props. I honestly thought we'd have more by now. If we don't have something really cool by next week, then we may have to suit you up in a furry suit and make you walk around saying, boo. But, you know, like I said, we're trying to track down a good lead right now. Some guy who helped design one of the buildings says it was like an extra room that got boarded up or something like that. So we're going to take a peek and see what we can find. For now, just get comfortable with the new setup. You can check the security cameras over to your right with the click of that blue button. You can toggle between the hall cams and the vent cams. Then over to your far left, you can flip up your maintenance panel. You know, use this to reboot any systems that may go offline. In trying to make the place feel vintage, we may have overdone it a bit. Some of this equipment is barely functional. Yeah, I wasn't joking about the fire. That's a real risk. The most important thing you want to watch for is the ventilation. Look, this place
Freddy?
is spooks, man. And if you let that ventilation go offline, then you'll start seeing some crazy stuff, man. Keep that air flowing. Okay, keep an eye on things, and we'll try to have something new for you tomorrow night.
Sarà vabbè. Basta.
We went to great lengths to create an authentic VR experience, including using scanned photographs for reference and using original performance routines where applicable.
Ragazzi, però c'è tutto, mi sto spaventando, ci vediamo al prossimo episodio, ciao! Mi sto fissando malissimo.